Hi, this is Lucky Smith reporting for Start Over News. Today is December 13th of 2012, and I'm here with... we're conducting a phone interview with IAMEVE before she starts her tour going out to New York. And how do you feel about that? You're going to be leaving in a few weeks, correct?
I'll be gone for most of January. I'm going to New York and then New Orleans.
Oh, wow. And can you name off some of the venues that you're scheduled to be playing at?
Excuse me?
Can you name off some of the venues that you're scheduled to be playing at?
The next show is going to be in New York. It's a party called SFX, and it's at a venue called Arbor on the 19th.
And have you played at this venue before?
No, I have not. I've played
Ooh.
in New York many times, but I haven't played this party before.
And I'm just wondering, where are you originally from? The East Coast or the West Coast? Because you
Yeah, originally from the East Coast.
Oh, what part?
New York.
Oh, where in New York did you live at?
I lived in Brooklyn, and I lived in Manhattan.
I don't even hear the New York accent. How long have you been in Cali?
About 3 years.
3 years, and wow, because my mother's side of the family's from New York, so I'm used to the heavy New York accent, but no, I don't hear it. Oh, go ahead. Sorry. What brought you from New York to California?
I just, was ready for a change. Honestly, I heard like a little voice that kept telling me to move across the country, and so I did.
How has
and
how has the transition been for you now?
Very interesting. Very interesting. It's ultimately been great being here, and I go back to New York often. I'm back usually 4 times a year at least, going back there and playing shows and spending time there. So I kind of get a little bi-coastal action. But it was a really hard move because I moved here with a suitcase and I didn't really know anybody. So it took a while to kind of figure things out. Yeah.
Oh, wow. So how long have you been playing music for now?
I have been, I've always played music since I was little. So always.
And what instruments can you play? I mean, you have beautiful vocals, but do you play any musical instruments as well?
Yeah, I play keys and play some guitar and some drums and do production.
And also, like for fans out there that haven't heard your music, it's collective, and I could see some of your inspirations, but at the same time, you're not trying to mimic them. I mean, can we talk about, like, for example, the song "Throw Me a Line"? I mean, it's very, you can kind of transcend into your world, no matter it's happy music, even though some of the lyrics, it's like I could see they're like breakup songs maybe, or getting over songs from your EP.
Yeah, there's definitely, if you're kind of pointing to a little bit of a darkness that's kind of underlying in some of it.
Yes.
And some heartache, yes, for sure. A lot of it was just personal growing pains, and some of it to do with heartache, and also just more than anything, I think growing and finding myself. You go through a lot of growing pains, and this record in particular it's actually a story. It's a concept record, and a lot of it parallels, my personal experiences. But it's through the story of Eve and that transformation and journey that that you go through as you find yourself.
Was that inspired from your move coming to California in a suitcase and not knowing anyone, and just because I could imagine that was difficult. What was it like first trying to just network with anybody? I mean, did you have any contacts in LA at all prior to your move?
Well, what I did was I actually contacted a lot of my friends and people I knew in New York, and I said, I'm thinking about moving to Los Angeles, and I don't know anybody out there. Who do you know that you could introduce me to? And I got, tons of responses from people, and they told me to call this person and that person, and so I just started calling, and I went out for a few extended visits the year before, and, met with people to try to have some sort of, base of people that I knew vaguely when I moved out here, and so that's how I actually met people coming out here. It's very scary to move, across the country to a place where you don't know anybody when you have, not really anything. I've had some very interesting living situations along the way, and went through a whole lot. I mean, I needed to move. I think it was time for me to move, and I was ready to go through some personal changes, and I felt like California was where I needed to go to do some healing and grow into new. We go through different phases in life, and we're always growing, and I think we grow in phases, and I was just ready to have a complete transformation and shift in my life, and so moving here, not knowing anybody, and not really having ground to stand on, and going through a huge personal transformation was, yes, it was very frightening at times.
Well, you have proven to be successful. I mean, Huffington Post, when they interviewed you, I mean, I read the reviews, and we are all falling in love with you. I mean, your beauty and your vocals are matching, and sometimes that's hard to find in this industry.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What's your favorite song from your new EP? What's the name of the new EP, and where can people find it at?
Well, the EP is actually it's a teaser for the full length. So,
Okay.
We kind of put it out just because, there's nothing else out there. So we're kind of putting out a few of the songs in advance to give people a taste of the full record, which will be coming out in probably late spring, early summer of 2013. And the full length is called The Everything Nothing. So this EP you can find, I put it up, it's on iTunes, and it's on the website IAMEVEmusic.com, so people can find it there. There's 5 songs from the full length on there, and it's called The Everything Nothing Act 1.
And what
it's a concept record, and it goes in 3 different acts, so this gives you kind of the first part of the story, which is essentially where she's going through a lot of self-destruction and kind of falling into a lot of darknesses. It's you have to hit rock bottom before you can find your way up quite often. And this is Act 1 is the rock bottom part of the story.
What's your favorite song from? Is it Act 1? Is it the the darkness before the dawn, or where would you say your favorite song is?
I don't. Gosh, that's really hard for me to say. It's kind of like, I imagine if I were a mother, that would be like asking what your favorite child is. The website is IAMEVEmusic.com, IAMEVE music.com. And I'm on Facebook, so if you're on Facebook and you type in IAMEVE, Twitter, the same thing, I'll come up. the next show is December 19th in New York City. It's a party called SFX at our bar, and I'm waiting for confirmation on the date. But I'll have a show in February in Los Angeles at Bardo, I believe.
Ooh,
and then,
I've interviewed a lot of people at Bardo.
okay, cool. Yeah, waiting for confirmation on that date and that info, so I won't throw it out quite yet, but that is probably going to be the next Los Angeles show, and hopefully I'll be playing a couple shows in New Orleans in January.
Oh, well, keep us posted. I'm going to go ahead and end this now. Oh, do you have a message for any of your fans out there before we go, shout out to your fans?
Yes, I do. Just everybody happy holidays, and thank you for listening and support, and enjoy the end of 2012. Next year is going to be an amazing year.
Thank you very much, Eve. And listeners, thank you. And this is Lucky Smith signing off.